When Yemen exploded, we read about the Saudi Arabians' air action with a coalition. And there was a sense that nobody was going to put in ground troops. I'm not sure if by creation this force now, there is some expectation that ground forces could go in there. And if the ground forces do go in, what will be the rules of engagement? And we must also remember that as former head of UN Peacekeeping and Secretary General, and there are many people here who know the issue, we had tended often to be very careful not to allow neighbors to participate in peacekeeping operations. They often have their own history. They come with their own issues. And if you are not careful, it complicates the situation. I recall I was in Kenya in 2008 helping them resolve their conflict when the question of deploying Kenyan troops to Somalia came up. And I recall a conversation I had with several of the ministers. I said, be careful. If you're going to deploy troops to Somalia, who are your neighbors, and you also have your own Kenyan Somali population. So you have Kenyan Somalis and Somali. If the population gets pumped up against Somalis and they begin attacking them, which Somalis are you attacking? The local Somalis or the other? And you can create divisions amongst your own society. And to some extent, that has happened. And so when you have a sort of a force of that nature, the rules of engagement and deployment becomes important. Would you deploy immediate neighbors? Or would you go further afield to bring the troops? And so there are lots of questions there, and I really believe it's too early for me to comment on what would happen and what impact the forces would have.